First to top news headlines. Irom Shubhashini says traditional embroidery patterns and techniques are disappearing day by day. Chairauba celebrated in full swing in Manipur. And India reports 1,096 fresh COVID-19 cases and 81 deaths in the last 24 hours. Hello and welcome. This is ELITETV and I'm Hemabati bringing you the 6 p.m. primetime English news bulletin. Before giving you the news, we request you to follow the SOP given by the government. Wear face masks when out in public, wash hands regularly and maintain a minimum of 6 feet between one person and another. ELITETV requests you to get vaccinated in time to protect ourselves from this virus and play our part in the fight against COVID-19. Now the news in detail. Irom Shubhashini Lema, General Secretary of Women's Welfare Association, on a discussion seminar under the theme Khoi Mayek said, our traditional patterns and techniques which have been all along with our ancestors are now vanishing slowly day by day and now they are difficult to find in the market. Further speaking on the function, she said this seminar was held to discuss on how the youths are wearing their fanek using unethical patterns instead of the traditional ones. The discussion was focused on the different traditional, cultural and ethical norms followed since the ancient times. Sajibu Nongmapanba Chairauba, an annual celebration of New Year for Manipur, especially for the Meitei people, was celebrated yesterday in full swing almost in the entire state. This year it fell on the 2nd of April as per the lunar calendar of Meitei. People arranged a joint family feast. Traditional cuisines were offered to the deities at the front gate of their houses. Many people also climbed Chairauching and other hills in relation to the festival. Apart from this festival is aimed to strengthen the love and bond of brotherhood among family members. To produce a more valuable film, it is mandatory for the government to help in this regard, said Aribam Sham Sharma on the opening ceremony of International Film Festival under the theme Aikoigi Imphal, organized by Manipur State Film Development Society today. Speaking on the ceremony, renowned filmmaker Aribam Sham Sharma said many difficulties were faced to survive in this field of film and cinema. The government should keep a special fund regarding this as the existing institutions of arts and culture under government affiliation is the only path for the artists of the state, he further said. The festival will go on till 6th of April.
Because I happen to be in this journey from the first film, Manipur, I was associate to the first Manipur film. Now it is 50 years. Fortunately, I met especially film masi karhek tausabi manba adu mamung hek gominti tagi Madihek Ubugumatawi and Land Bisway, Madukatawigano, Aduga, artists sing, Yawiba, Labor Mayamsi, Aliva, Alcohing Nabalambidayam, Lubani, Aliva Sunati, Aduga Institute, I was puzzling and view, Institute not ready. Aku alphabet talent to talk over more. Gohati Gashi, Yam Pajana Institute, Torpotigi, Yamekana, and alphabet film talk. Adna Kogi, Shung Tamashi, Tawayang, Tom Holagiu, Adna, Nasi, Sehi, Ahuva, Minister Pulimu, Guy Nobu Kelly, Lungai, Manipur film, among the chocolate election.
Police on Saturday seized brown sugar worth over rupees 7 crore and arrested 2 persons, including a police constable in Technopole district. The incident comes close on the heels of Chief Minister N. Biren Singh announcing the second edition of his War on Drugs campaign on March 25th to make Manipur a drug-free state. The duo were in a car towards Imphal from Moreh when a team of Technopole police stopped them near a checkpost around 8 a.m., police sources said. After checking, the police recovered 92 soap cases filled with brown sugar weighing 3.79 kg inside the car. They said the duo were arrested and a case was registered against them under different provisions of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substance (NDPS) Act. They further added. Fuel prices have continued to haunt the people in Guwahati, as on Sunday the price of petrol was reported at rupees 103.44 per litre, with a maximum hike of 89 paise. On the other hand, the diesel prices were recorded at rupees 89.29 in Guwahati. The price of petrol across Assam has crossed the rupees 100 mark and is continuing to increase. While Tinsukia and Chirang have reported the petrol price at rupees 103.39, Majuli on the other hand has reported the highest price with a litre costing rupees 105.95. The prices of fuel have continued to hike right after the general elections of the 5 states ended. Now it's time for a short break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Akaling kapurtay, alam der jam kini kidur kuman.
Și vă place mai mult aici? E mai liber.
Jack, I will bring you happy flowers from the mountains.
Boy and high, adu matam ta ina icha siloire hai basi ei ba khanda dum phawri
Jo gara saji, taka kaina.
Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited. Summary of Tariff Schedule approved by Commission for Financial Year 2022-23 for Manipur State Power Distribution Company Limited, MSPDCL, and to be effective from 1st April 2022. A. Approved subsidized tariff for financial year 2022-23. Table 8.2, category-wise subsidized tariffs approved by the Commission for financial year 2022-23. B. Approved full cost tariff FCT. Table 8.3, category-wise full cost tariff without subsidy for financial year 2022-23 as approved by the Commission. Note 1. Fixed charge is per kW of contracted load for LT supply except KJ, while in case of HT supply, it is per kVA of billing demand. Energy charge is as per kWh for LT supply and per kVAh per HT supply, and LT high-value services provided with MDI meters. The above table depicts fixed and energy charge only. Tariff charges description in detail are given under the Tariff Schedule chapter. N.G. Shubhachandra Singh, Managing Director, MSPDCL.
WMC is excited to announce that the third plenary session 2022 Delhi will be held on the 17th of April 2022 at Western Court, Janpat, New Delhi. This year's theme is Reawakening Our Spirit of Oneness. Elite TV is our media and channel partner. The entire event on 17th April will be telecast live on Elite TV. This event is organized by World Meitei Council. For more details, contact us on worldmeiteicouncil@gmail.com or 981-855-9349 or 991-083-6635.
Welcome back. More news and updates. The active cases now comprise 0.03% of the overall infections, while the national recovery rate stood at 98.76%, the Health Ministry stated. India reported 1,096 fresh coronavirus cases in the last 24 hours, a drop of 13% from the previous day's tally of 1,260. The country registered 81 deaths, taking the overall deaths since the start of the pandemic to 5,21,345. So far, India has logged 4,30,28,131 cases. According to the government's latest data, 13,013 cases are active as of present. Over 184.64 crore vaccine doses have been given so far in the country, with more than 11 lakh doses being administered till 7 p.m. Saturday. The latest data by the Health Ministry showed over 1.84 crore vaccine doses have been given to the 12 to 14 age group so far across the country. The active cases comprise 0.03% of the overall infections, while the national recovery rate stood at 98.76%. COVID-19 cases in India have been declining after the country witnessed the peak of third wave in mid-January. The third wave of the pandemic was largely fueled by the Omicron variant, considered highly infectious. Troops of the Border Security Force (BSF) have seized at least 210 bottles of fentanyl syrup from India-Bangladesh border in the South Gado Hills of Meghalaya. The BSF in a statement said that the seized bottles were being smuggled to Bangladesh from India. The seized materials were codeine-based cough syrup, which is banned in Bangladesh as well as in India. It is a substitute for liquor and it is strictly prohibited in Bangladesh. Crisis hit Sri Lanka imposes curfew. Social media blackout amid calls for mass protest. The Sri Lankan government has imposed a 36-hour curfew and blocked access to social media amid calls for countrywide protest over the economic meltdown in the island nation from Saturday 6 p.m. to Monday 6 a.m. amid calls for countrywide protests over the economic meltdown. The action came a day after President Gotabaya Rajapaksa declared state of emergency and social media was blocked in an attempt to prevent more unrest after protesters took to the streets blaming the government for its poor handling of the economic crisis that has triggered a shortage of food, fuel and other essentials, on top of power outages that last up to 13 hours a day. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa ordered on Saturday that no one should visit public places without permission during a 36-hour curfew imposed by the government. I consider that it is necessary to maintain public order in the areas, Rajapaksa said. Access to social networking sites has been temporarily prohibited on a request from the Ministry of Defence, the Telecommunications Regulatory Commission said. As a result, WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube and Instagram have been out of service since Saturday. The move was widely seen as an attempt to quell unrest as public anger mounts over the unprecedented economic crisis. Social media posts had called for mass anti-government protest on Sunday against worsening shortages of food, fuel and medicine and crippling power cuts. The Sri Lankan Defence Ministry on Saturday rejected social media speculation that Indian armed forces had arrived in the island nation to help maintain law and order. Secretary Defence Ministry Kamal Gunaratne said that local troops were capable of handling any national security emergency and no such aid from outside was required. The Indian High Commission also issued a statement categorically dismissing the reports. Ukraine has regained control of the whole Kiev region after invading Russian forces retreated from some key towns near the Ukrainian capital, Ukrainian authorities said. Ukraine's top negotiator in peace talks with Russia said that Moscow had verbally agreed to key Ukrainian proposals, raising hopes that talks to end fighting are moving forward. Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister said 765 residents managed to make it out of Mariupol in private vehicles on Saturday, while a team of humanitarian workers has yet to reach the hard-hit city. The conflict began escalating on February 21, 2022 after Russian President Vladimir Putin recognized separatist regions in eastern Ukraine and deployed troops in a peacekeeping role. For Elite TV News Channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or call 9402890982 and subscribe to Elite TV YouTube channel or follow on Facebook page, Instagram and Twitter for more information about the channel. Now before we wind up for the day, let's have a quick look at the headlines once again. Traditional embroidery patterns and techniques disappearing day by day, says Irom Subashini. Chairao was celebrated in full swing in Manipur. And India reports 1,096 fresh COVID-19 cases and 81 deaths in the last 24 hours. Now that's all we have for the 6 p.m. Primetime English News Bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Have a good night.